So hi and welcome to the next class of Appium. In the previous class, we started with the installation of basics. Like we went for Eclipse, we went for the Android Studio, we configured the SDK, and we have downloaded few of the tools for your Android SDK. Now moving next, we need to download few more set of softwares. We have configured Android into our system. We have set the path variables and all that stuff. Even we have set the Android into our Eclipse. Now, moving to the next step is that because now we'll be doing with this Node.js installation, Microsoft.NET, Appium, and the supporting Appium jars. So coming back to this is my Eclipse. So just need to click over here. Sorry, first of all, go to help, install new software, and here you could use the DLSSL commands for your Android that I have already shared yesterday. Okay, I'll be sharing again. So how to trigger this command is just come to the screen, click over add at the top right ADT in the location, just bring this path from HTTPS and click over add. Then you could see this developer options, just take it, okay, check it, this checkbox and click over finish button so that you could finish all this stuff. So after getting your Android installed and after setting the path here, because after this Android, we were going to this Windows preferences, and in the Android chamber, what we are doing is we are just pasting the part of our SDK location. Okay, and then click apply and close. So after configuring your Android with Eclipse, the next step here is we need to ensure that we have configured our test-ng framework. So just go to here like install new software. This is the one. Click over add button. In the name, you need to write test ng. The location, you need to paste this location and click over your add button. So after clicking over add button, you will be able to see the test ng coming here and the checkbox. Just check this checkbox like it is already installed for me, and you need to ensure that likewise your Android, your test-ng plugins are installed. Look, whenever you install any third party inside your Eclipse, like for test-ng Android, you don't call them as softwares. Technically, the technical term for this is you may say that you're getting it from repository. Okay, don't call it as third-party software. So after means the more specific or generic term is plugin. Plugin is the best word suitable to this. Like you say that you have installed the plugin for test-ng, you have installed the plugin for your Android. Okay, because this is a term that is even used in case of your interviews also. Like what are the different plugins that you use for your Eclipse while you're performing the Appium part. So the two plugins are test-ng and Android. Okay, because normally the thing is we are aware of the fact because we have done the stuff like test engineer, but we couldn't understand the question of interview. So call them as plugins, don't say them softwares or something like that, because we'll be using the specific technical term only. Like for your Android phone, we won't be calling it as Android phone, we'll be calling it as a device. It's an Android device, it's an iPhone device. In the technical terms, you never say that, okay, I have Android phone and I'm testing over Android phone. You test, you automate over Android device. These are more technical terms, okay? That is pretty used in uh, your programming world.
Can you
So,
please place the what is it location for test engine in the chat window?
yeah, sure. Sorry, I missed it.
Thank you.
So, this is our test ng. So, after installing your test ng, okay, what you need to do is you need to reboot your Eclipse so that your all the scenarios and all the plugins could take place. So once you'll reboot it, okay, let me reboot it. I'm closing it and I'll start it again. I also want to reboot it. Let me reboot it. So once you have rebooted it, you'll get a pop-up window. Okay. So let our Eclipse get open and I'll show you the window. Look, this is also the photo that we are talking about, and it's a version of June 2018. So use the photon only. That is the best suited here. Now coming back till the time our Eclipse get loaded away, we can download more a set of softwares. Now what we need to ensure is after this we need to download our .NET framework. So download. You may download this one. You may download 4.5 also. That is also a good one. Shit. Okay. You may simply go to this website and click our download .NET framework and just install it. It's as good as downloading any software. You don't need to configure this .NET framework. You don't need to worry about this because as this .NET is more and more of your Windows property only because this .NET is of Microsoft only. So your Windows automatically take care of this .NET framework. Okay. Even in case of your Mac, you don't need to go for this framework also. Okay. So after having your runtime .NET framework, need to ensure that you have your node installed. I'll even discuss that why we are downloading these set of softwares. Okay. What is the need? This is
Uh,
a page for, yeah.
so what is this node .js used?
Hmm. Let, let me ping the link. I'll explain. So inside your node.js, you have a 64-bit. Just click over it and just simply download it. Because this Node and .NET framework, you don't need to configure. You just need to download and install it. Now the question is, what is this Node? Look, in that class 1, I was talking about the JSON wire protocol. That there is some protocol that enables your Appium, to trigger something into your phone. So that trigger, okay, that is called as your JSON wire protocol. It's basically send your JSON dump into your phone to use it. And Node is the one that would be assisting your Appium to do it. Like most of you have heard about like your web services team. When they are developing the web services, they use the concept of Node to deploy to the server. It is kind of a linkage from your local machine to the server. Because look, down the line, we'll be running our APM on a server only. Okay. So for that deployment, this node is needed. Node and npm. These are the different set of commands that is pretty used for the same purpose. And like now, the question would be why we need this .NET framework. The need of this .NET framework is that because look, what .NET does is .NET contains some MSI files, okay, that assist you to give the rights to the APM as an admin. Because down the line you have to run it as an admin only. So this will assist you for that in your Windows machine. Okay, that means directly you won't be playing around with your .NET framework and this. These are the backend forces that would help your APM to drive for you. Fine. So coming back, like I was saying that when I open my Eclipse, I want to show you. Look, if everything is properly configured for you, you will get this warning message. After configuring your Android into Eclipse, placing the SDK into it, and thirdly, after you are done with your test engine and all that stuff, and you ensure that you're rebooting your Eclipse. Guys, whenever, because in between I also said that after configuring your Android and all, do you need to reboot your system. So whenever I'm saying the reboot your system, do reboot your system because the changes won't take place until and unless you reboot your system. So it is a mandate. Similarly, if you get this warning screen, okay, this is just a warning. So it means that you are pretty good. Just press the close button. Means your everything is pretty pleasant for you. Look now why this warning is coming. We are using your Android SDK into your Eclipse. But what Google says that use your Android into Android Studio, not in the third party, because they want to promote more and more Android Studio, not any other means. So that is why this warning is coming. This warning kinds of illustrates that you are not using the Google SDK into Android Studio, but you are using any third-party IDE. And we are aware that we are using third-party IDE because we need it for automation. We don't need the SDK for development, right? Now, the next thing is that we need to go here and download our Appium. So this is the link of your Appium downloads. Sorry, I need to open both the links. So appium.io. This is the official website of Appium where whole of your Appium code is present. Like any help that is pretty required for your Appium, any downloading of software, anything linked to that, you could find here. So you have option of here to download the Appium. So click over this option to download Appium. So coming down, you could see the option of Appium Desktop Setup 1.9.0 exe. This is the one that you need to download. Let me ping you. So it's also same as your .NET or your the framework like the node. You don't need to configure it. Look, configuration is still your Android and TestNG only. After that, there is no configuration required. These are the plain set of software that will be downloading and installing. That's it. Like you do any other XYZ software. So after getting it done, after extracting it and installing it, the Appium will look like this. This is the Appium. Let it open. So I'll show you that how this Appium really looks like. After you're done with your Appium, now the next step is we need to get the jars. Look, as your Selenium, as your Appium is built at the top of your Selenium. So it's bit obvious that we'll be only using our Selenium jars along with the Appium jars. Okay,
Uh,
so
Sorry to
yes,
interrupt. Did you download APM Desktop Setup 1.90 or Desktop Web Setup?
this one set Appium desktop, the mouse came down. It's Appium desktop setup 1.9.0 exe.
Okay.
Okay, so any other doubt? Okay, I'll move further. So this is your Appium. It looks like your Appium looks like this. I got some message. This is update. Just give me a second. Okay, I'll also download the latest one. Okay, let it download. So look, your API may look like this. You have some host, you have a port. We won't be discussing about this host and port today. In the next class, when we'll be writing the code snippet about your APM, that what is all about your host, what is all about your port, then we'll be discussing about it. This is just, I'm just showing you the UI of APM, how it looks like. Then you have something like start server, that is 1.8.1. You could just start your server here. Look, you ask me about your node. What is this node? Why we are downloading it node? When I'm starting the server, the APM would be deployed on my local machine. Now, what it will do is it will make my local machine as a server, and this APM would be look. server always run on some port. There has to be some port where servers are being deployed or they are running. So for me, it is 4723. Okay, if I'll start it, now the functionality of Node would be deploying my APM to this specific server. So now when my server would be started, okay, because this port will act as a server. So when the server would be started, then Node would be kind of act as an intermediate between my Eclipse and the server to pass on the JSON wire protocol. So the main use would be there in that case. Okay, we won't be discussing in detail about this APM today. Tomorrow when we'll be starting the actual coding part, then we'll discuss about this APM. Then in the advanced setting, I have some server address and some port coming here. And the last one is the preset. We have some edit configurations. Let it open. Look in the edit configuration. It's picking already from my Android home the SDK of Android, and from Java home it is getting the Java. So ensure that your Android home and Java is properly configured. Okay, that is very, very important.
Can you please go back to advanced?
Yes.
Thank you.
Any question or just a generic one? Okay.
Just one.
Like, okay, sure. Now, like I have written download APM, and this is the first link where it says apm.io.download. So when I go to this download section of APM, yeah, any doubt because someone, I think, guys, please go on mute if you don't have any question. Thank you. So now what I need to do is I need to download the jars for my Appium and my Selenium. So I'll copy it. Here I'll be getting the jars for my Appium. Okay, it's working over Java. So I'll click over Java. And this is the one. Just click over here. Just give me a second. Just click over this button and you have the option of jar so that your jar would be downloaded for you. And you are here. Even I have pinged on the chat window also that you could get the APM jars here. Similarly, for your Selenium, the official website of Selenium is seleniumhq.org. This website, you may say, kind of contains all of the data that is pretty required for your APM stuff. Fine. So now what I need to do here is I just need to go to the download page. The download page, I'll be going to the Java, this Java. When I'll click over now download, I'll be getting all the jars that I need for Selenium. Let me share this. Okay, so now you have got all the jars. You have got your Selenium jars. You have got your Appium jars. Now coming to the next step. The next step is getting the developer options because now at the end I need to plug my phone. Now let me take my phone and show you that how to activate some developer options in your phone. Okay, this is my phone that is being plugged. I could see it because I have easily configured my phone. Now, just a small question to both of you. Suppose like you are the automation engineers or you are the manual testers, okay, and you're testing some app on your phone. Okay, and I am a developer. I have given you app, and that app is crashing at some place, like some login or some registration screen. It is crashing for you. It is not crashing for me. So me here is a developer. I am a developer here. So what is the you may steps you will follow to show me the crash?
So basically, first of all, I would write down the version and from where the app I have downloaded. So I think we were using another what was the name? I forgot one application. From there, we were downloading the APK and which
Hmm.
APK file and which version I am using it and which phone I'm using it. I will make sure that this is the pretty clear to the development team, and
Okay,
then
suppose
I write down the.
worst case scenario, I'm using the same version and I'm using the same thing, the same device that the QA is using. Still, it is crashing for me, but not for. Still, it is crashing for you, not for me. So then, how can you show me basically? The thing here is, how can you show me that the thing app is crashing here? Any third party that would be using, what would be that?
Video, right? You want me to take? You want us to take video, right?
Live video or something like that.
Yeah,
Where I could see your screen.
correct. I don't know right now. I don't. I have used. I haven't used anything.
Okay, any idea? Usha, any idea?
So I have not done mobile testing. I do web testing, but just screen recording. There is like several free screen recording. So you can record your screen and you're recording.
Okay, I'll give you a better and a small thing. There is a third party jar called as Droid Screen. What this Droid Screen does is, because normally when if you'll install anything, there would be something like third party tools or third party applications. So you'll be downloading them, you will be installing them. If you will download it, this Droid Screen, okay, this is just a jar. Let's directly go to this download page only. Yeah, this is the exact one. So you may go on mute, guys, because I'm able to hear background noise. So coming to this screen, just click over this download button, and this jar would be downloaded for you. Guys, please go on mute if you don't have any question. So it looks like something like this: Droid Screen 1.2 jar. Let me double click over it and let it load. Look, this is my real device. Just a second. Now this is the real device that you're seeing. It's not any dummy device. What I could do is, because look, I could have WebEx call or something. Okay, then I could attach my phone to my real desktop, my desktop, and then through a screen share, I can show him everything that is crashing here, any app that is crashing here, like this APK info. Suppose this is the app. I'll open this app. Let me tap over it. Okay, now this app is getting played. This is downloading some data and all that stuff. So I could play around with any app with this third party tool. Now coming back, this is just because I'll be also using this tool to teach you, because you cannot I cannot make you can see my screen. So this will help you to just have a glance over my screen. There are more tools like this, like you have a PDA net and all that, but all these are the softwares, and this is just a jar, and jars are very lightweight. They don't create you may say, they're not that heavy for pretty for use. So I prefer using lightweight softwares only. So now going to the settings of your phone, click over the settings, like at the top. Let me tap over it. Now you need to search about phone. Hmm. Let me scroll it. This is the about device chamber. Okay. Click over here on your about device, and after clicking over about device, okay, you may search from here also. I'm sorry, it's in the wrong device. Just give me a second. Yes. So after clicking over your about device, the transition is a bit slow. So you could see the build number here. This is the build number coming. Okay. You need to tap over this build number 7 times. Let me tap over this build number 7 times. Look, no need developer mode has already been enabled. When I'm trying to tap it, it is saying you don't need it. The developer mode is already activated for you. But for you, it won't be activated. So after clicking over 7 times, you'll get a message that congrats, now you are a developer. Okay, you need to have the developer access because then in else case you cannot use your phone. So moving back, just give me a second guys, let me take another cable. This cable is causing some issue. Just a second. USB cable is a better option to connect your Android device to your system because if you use the Bluetooth, Bluetooth will slow down the process and your apps won't run properly. Don't use Bluetooth. The recommended one is cable because cable the data transfer is more and more fast and reliable. Because look in your Bluetooth it sends the data in some packets. Okay, and then there is a handshake and acknowledgement process because there would be handshake between system and your phone. So sometimes there could be the option of data loss and the data would be slow. Your apps won't be deployed so fast and quickly. Please use cables only. Bluetooth is the mode, yes, you are exactly right, but don't use it. Go for the cable only. Cable is the best option here. Okay. So after getting after your device and all that state, you have got the developer option. So the developer option would be activated in your phone, like for it is coming for me in this chamber. So you need to click over the developer options. After your developer options, let me click over it. Now you would be having option of USB debugging. You just need to search this USB debugging inside your developer options. So switch this developer options on. Check this checkbox for your USB debugging.
Sorry, Rajesh, again.
Inside the look after tapping over about device 7 times in the build number, if you tap 7 times, this developer options would get activated for you. So when you will go to this developer options, you need to just make it on, switch it on, and after that there is a USB debugging. Just check this checkbox. This would be unchecked. You just need to check it. So after doing this, what you need to do is you need to just remove the cable of your phone and plug it again. So when you remove the cable and plug it again, you'll be getting the developer access and you could see your device here like in the command prompt. Suppose if I go to my command prompt also, I'll write ADB When I have written ADB devices, I could see the list of devices attached. This is a device that is being attached, and this A91, this is the developer number of your device. So like if I come here, I can give you the command also. Even the second place where you could see your device is the Eclipse. Inside the Eclipse, like if you have this perspective, click over this perspective, go to DDMS, double click over here, and in the device chamber, you should be able to see your device. Like for me, it's Samsung S7 and all that stuff. You should be able to see your device. So if it is coming here and in your command prompt, it means that your device is properly configured, and now you are in a position to use your device as a developer.
How did you get over here? I'm so sorry. It was too quick.
Usha, your voice is actually low. Can you please come near to the mic and be loud?
Sure. How did you get over to this device?
Praveen, meanwhile, you can go on mute, please, because I am able to hear your background noise instead of Usha's voice.
For sure, I will.
Yeah, Usha. No,
So, how did you get to this device after the command prompt? It was too quick, so the screen went so quickly I couldn't see that.
oops, sorry. What I did is, after in the command prompt, I just written ADB devices. Then I pressed the enter button, and I could see the device here. After that, I opened my Eclipse, and in my Eclipse, there is an open perspective here. At the right of your screen, this perspective would be there in for you also. Okay, just click over this window will get pop up. In this window you'll be getting option of DDMS. Just double click over this option and a new window would be popped. In this new window there would be a devices chamber. There your device should be coming,
Okay.
right?
So, in command prompt, I saw two devices, right? When you put you twice and there's two devices in the command prompt.
Yes.
And over here it shows only one device.
Yeah, suppose if one device is connected will show one, if two are connected this will show two, if your three devices are connected this will show three.
So, why is the command prompt showing two devices?
No, if the two devices are connected, then the command prompt will show two. Even the Eclipse will also show two devices at that instance of time.
Oh, I think I just saw two devices on the command prompt. That's why the question was. No worries.
No, no, no. There is just a single device. A91. This is a single
Above,
device.
above, see,
Up this. No, no. This is the previous set of command that I've executed. Okay,
oh, okay.
let me close it. I'll run it again.
Got it. No worries. And what does the DDMS stand for?
The DDMS is the perspective to, like, suppose if you want to. Okay, in other terms, what I could say, yeah. The simpler one is suppose you want to automate your app, okay, and you need to get the logs that what are the logging mechanism and all that stuff. So DDMS is the logging perspective in which you could see the logs of your device. Like suppose this in this window I could see the device details, even the console, the logcat. Logcat means all the like I'll be running some code. Okay, I could see the logs of my device, even like suppose how much the memory your phone is consuming, so I could see that of it. It is more and more your development perspective stuff. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, now this basically complete our installation of Appium. Okay, now what you can do is at least be good with the installation, just follow these videos. And look, guys, what I recommend is because inside this Appium, first of all, these first five classes are very important because in the first three classes we talk about the installation, downloading, and all that stuff. In the next class, next two, three classes, I talk about the basics, how to build a basic Java program for your Appium, because that is also important. And after that, the more important is your class of touch, and then your building framework. I'm not saying that other classes are not that important, but these are the some classes that one cannot afford to miss and practice. So please do practice these classes, and more than that, please do with the installation, because mostly I face this issue that at the even at the end of class, at the end of whole of this module, or okay, students come to me asking that I'm unable to do the installation. So what I'll recommend is just because I'll be going very slow for next 2 days. Yeah, today's Thursday in India, so tomorrow I'll be bit more slow so that you have a bandwidth of Sunday and Saturday, and you could practice and download everything. So on Monday we are on rules so that we could set the ball rolling. Fine.
Yeah, I mean, Aditya, we are requesting, so the video we are getting, right, it's from YouTube. And I think, can you please check
Don't
it?
use don't use that window video. Just simply
Yeah.
drop an email. You have a chat window. Just go to chat window. Okay,
Mhm.
and directly ask